August 15th, 2007. Just after 2 a.m., 6 young men leave a pizza restaurant in Duisburg, Germany. They never make it home. 2 masked gunmen, 70 bullets, each victim finished with a single shot to the head. It's a birthday dinner. The birthday boy is 18, Tommaso Venturi. When German police search his body, they find something strange in his pocket. A half-burnt prayer card. Saint Michael the Archangel. The Italians know what it means. It means Tommaso hadn't just turned 18 that night. He had been baptized into the most powerful mafia you've never heard of. This is the Ndrangheta, and you are about to become one of them. Level 1. Picciotto d'onore, the knight. The Italians have a word for it, the battesimo, the baptism. You are 18, like Tommaso Venturi. The clan has been watching you for 1 or 2 years, testing your courage, your silence, your willingness to do small, wrong things on command. If you pass, you are taken to a room. An older man pricks your finger. Your blood is smeared on an image of Saint Michael the Archangel. The image is set alight and passed around the circle. You take an oath. You swear to deny everything up to the 7th generation. You swear that before your mother, your father, your brothers and sisters comes the honor of the society. Above all things, the society. In the moment the image burns, you are joining a tradition the Ndrangheta claims goes back 600 years to a Spanish knight named Carcagnoso, who supposedly brought Saint Michael to Calabria. Carcagnoso appears in no historical record. The Ndrangheta tells the story as fact. When it finishes burning, you have a new name. The Italians call it Picciotto d'onore, young man of honor. In their telling, you are not a gangster. You are not a criminal. You are a knight. The word Ndrangheta itself comes from Greek, andragathia, the conduct of an honored man. This is not an accident. The Ndrangheta does not see itself as a criminal organization. It sees itself as the brotherhood of the honored, from the youth holding the burning saint to the patron at the top. What you are not is rich. You go home, to the same village where the men who initiated you grew up. By day, you have a job, or you don't. Calabria's youth unemployment is among Europe's highest. You blend in. By night, the clan owns your time. You take orders by phone. You watch buildings from across streets. You collect envelopes from shopkeepers who've been paying for 20 years. You hand them to the man above you. You receive a few €100 for the week, maybe nothing. You go to church on Sunday. Your mother does not ask where you were on Wednesday. Your neighbors know. No one speaks. You are not famous. You are not visible. What you have is belonging, protection, and a place inside something that has been killing and surviving for over a century and a half. A picciotto d'onore, the lowest rung of a ladder you'll spend the rest of your life trying to climb. Level 2. Camarista, the soldier. 2 years pass. You've moved money you weren't supposed to count. You've watched people you grew up with disappear. You're promoted. You are now a camarista. Your patron saint changes from Santa Liberata to Santa Nuncia, a saint named for the Annunciation of Christ. The Italians do not see the irony. The men who manage Europe's cocaine logistics are watched over by a gospel saint. What you actually do has changed. You are not muscle anymore. You are infrastructure. You run cells. You move shipments. You manage the picciotti below you, the ones still being tested. You also become punishable. A picciotto who fails can be sent home. A camarista who fails is held accountable. The clan has a menu. You can be barred from meetings for 3 months. You can have your head shoved into a toilet, into a sack of coal. You can be made to wear an animal head and pee on your own leg in front of the men who used to be your friends. These are documented punishments, recorded from intercepted clan meetings. Some failures end in death. Most end in humiliation. You stay alive, stay loyal, and learn that picciotto and camarista is the difference between expendable and responsible. You are intermediate now, the middle of the minor society. There are 6 ranks left to climb. Level 3. Sgarista, the captain. 3 more years, maybe 5. The work gets harder, and the work gets bloody. You're promoted again. You are now a sgarista. The Italian word comes from sgaro, to transgress, to wrong, to do harm. The men who hold this rank carry it as a credit, not a stain. To be a sgarista means you've crossed the line they ask their soldiers to cross. You have earned blood. There is a subdote called di sangue, of blood. It is the version of this rank reserved for the men who have killed. Not killed in defense, not killed in a fight. Killed because the clan asked them to, and they did it cleanly, and they never spoke of it. Your patron saint is Santa Elisabetta, Mary's cousin in the Gospel, who visited Mary while she was pregnant with Christ. The Ndrangheta does not see the irony. If you watched the Yakuza video, you saw the parallel. The man who fights with his body. The sgarista does similar work, but he has earned something different. The Yakuza fights with the body. The Ndrangheta fights with blood. These are not the same currency. You are now the captain of a small crew. You decide who works which corner. You decide which shopkeepers need reminding, and how. You command picciotti. You answer to the man above you, and the man above you answers to the man above him. And ahead of you, finally, is the wall. Because above the sgarista is a wall the Ndrangheta calls the Società Maggiore, the major society. You are at the top of the minor. There are 5 ranks left to climb. Level 4, Santista, the saint. You have crossed the wall. This is the major society, la Società Maggiore. Up to here, you are a worker. After this, you are part of the architecture. Your patron saint is no longer a Catholic figure with a name. Your patron is La Santa herself, the Most Holy Mother, the protector of the Ndrangheta. Your rank is Santista. Here is what the Santa actually is. In the late 1960s, in Gioia Tauro, a boss named Girolamo Piromali built a workaround. The Ndrangheta code forbade contact with the state, with men in suits, with the entire world where real money lived. So Piromali created a secret society inside the secret society, the Santa. Originally, only 33 men could hold this rank. A new Santista could only be admitted when one of the existing 33 died. The number was deliberate. 33 is the highest degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. Because the Santista is not only an Ndranghetista, the Santista is also permitted to be a Freemason. The Santista is permitted to break omerta. The man who took an oath of silence at 18 is now licensed to talk. To judges, to politicians, to bankers, to the men in lodges who run the legitimate world. The Santista's oath invokes more than the 3 Spanish founders. It invokes Giuseppe Garibaldi, Giuseppe Mazzini, Alfonso La Marmora, the heroes of Italian unification. The Ndrangheta tells its newest saints they are the heirs of the men who built the country. And here is the moment the line between mafia and state stopped existing. The lodges the Santisti joined contained more than criminals. Judges, senators, generals, bankers, the men whose names you see on the news. Some of them were friends with men who took blood oaths in rooms in Calabria. Some of them still are. If you have ever wondered why the most powerful mafia in Europe has never been broken, the answer is in this room. What your life looks like has changed. You no longer collect envelopes from shopkeepers. You decide which judges get visited and which prosecutors get isolated. You attend dinners at Masonic lodges. You donate to your local church. You wear suits. You have lawyers on retainer. You are no longer doing violence. You are designing it. The oath you took to become Santista, you swore with a weapon in front of you. The meaning was simple. If you are captured, if you weaken, if you talk, you choose the bullet before the state chooses for you. You are no longer climbing the ladder. You are inside the building. There are 4 ranks left. Level 5, Vangelo, the Gospel. You have been a Santista for years. The state knows you, the judges know you, the men in the lodges know you. The men in the lodges who used to be afraid of you now have lunch with you. Eventually, the Santa outgrows its own design. The original 33 are dead or aging out. The men who replaced them have replaced themselves. The rank has lost its scarcity. and with scarcity, it's meaning. So the Ndrangheta builds another floor. It is called the Vangelo, the Gospel, the rank above the saint. When you take the oath of the Vangelo, you swear it with your hand on the Bible. This is the source of the name. Evangelista, a man of the gospel. The men at this rank do not run operations. They decide which operations will run. They do not approve members. They decide which membership decisions are worth being approved. The Italian government's first informant on this rank described it simply: superior personalities with decision-making duties at the highest level. Antonio Pelle held this rank, the patriarch of San Luca, known as Ntoni Gambazza. He was elected capo crimine, the temporary chairman of the annual meeting we are climbing toward. He died in 2009. This is the pattern of the rank. You reach the Vangelo by living long enough, by being trusted by enough men who themselves were trusted by enough men. The ladder is no longer about climbing. It is about waiting. There are 3 ranks left. Level 6, Trequartino, the elder. More years. The Vangelo crowds the way the Santa did before it. So the men at the top do what they did before. They build another rung. It is called the Trequartino, 3/4. The name is literal. You are 3/4 of the way to the very top. There are few Trequartini. A locale may have one, a region a handful. To carry this rank, you are not just trusted, you are inherited from. You hold the keys other men ask for. You are the elder. You no longer attend meetings to listen. You attend meetings to be listened to. Your voice carries weight that other men do not have to earn. Your decisions are not reviewed. The ranks below you, Picciotti, Camorristi, Scaristi, Santisti, Vangelisti, answer to your faction. They do not see you. They know your name and they obey it. By now you understand what the Ndrangheta actually is. It is a building made of generations, and the men at the top of the building did not climb. They were chosen by the men who climbed before them. Level 7, Quartino, the council. Then they built one more. It is called the Quartino. In some accounts, it is called the Quintino, 1/5. The fraction depends on the locale, but the position is the same. You are the rung below the top. There are perhaps a dozen of these men in all of Calabria at any time. They do not run things. They do not decide things alone. They're the council that decides who becomes padrino and when. You are no longer climbing. You are choosing the next men who will climb to where you stand. This is the Kingmaker's rank. You attended the meeting last September. You will attend it again. You will sit beside men older than you, whose names appear in court files of 3 countries, and you will hear them speak. You will speak. The Picciotto you became 30 years ago, the boy who burned St. Michael's image, who swore on his blood, does not exist anymore. He has become you. You are the second highest rank in the most powerful mafia on earth. There is 1 rank left, level 8, Padrino, the Patron. You reach the top. The Italians call it the Padrino, the Patron, the man at the head of the family, the household, the territory. For decades, the world believed this was the actual peak of the Ndrangheta, the boss of bosses, the single man who commands the whole organization. The world was wrong. There is no Padrino of the Ndrangheta. There is no godfather. There is no boss of bosses. There is only the meeting. Every September, in the Aspromonte Mountains in southern Calabria, the Padrini gather. The meeting is held at the sanctuary of Our Lady of Polsi, at the bottom of a gorge in the heart of the wilderness. The sanctuary is 900 years old. It was founded by Roger II of Sicily in 1144. Before it was a sanctuary, it was a site of pagan worship. The cult of Persephone, the goddess of death and rebirth, was practiced here before Christianity arrived in Calabria. Pre-Roman votive offerings have been excavated from the ruins below the church. The Padrini do not come to Polsi as pilgrims. They come because their fathers came. And their fathers came because their fathers came. At the meeting, every capo locale must give an account of his year. Every kidnapping, every homicide, every new initiate, every punishment. Bosses come from Australia, Canada, Germany, Brazil. In 2009, Domenico Opedisano was elected Capo Crimine, the temporary chairman of the meeting. Italian wiretaps recorded that 1,000 affiliates attended his coronation banquet. Opedisano was arrested the following year. The Capo Crimine is not the boss of bosses. He is the convener. The 'Ndrangheta has no boss. It has the meeting. And every September, in a clearing in the Calabrian hills, at a sanctuary 900 years old, built on the ruins of a temple to a goddess older still, the meeting happens again. What you have just climbed is the most powerful mafia in the world. The 'Ndrangheta makes 53 billion euros a year. That is the revenue of McDonald's and IKEA combined. It is more money than the entire economy of Luxembourg. It is larger than the gross domestic product of Iceland. It controls 80% of the cocaine market of Europe. It operates in over 80 countries. It has more than 60,000 affiliates. And it has done all of this in silence. After the Duisburg massacre, after the world finally saw the face of the 'Ndrangheta in 2007, the bosses imposed a doctrine: submersion. Move into the legitimate economy. Avoid violence in public. In 2013, two of his men pulled their guns in a German spa town. A boss was caught on a wiretap shouting at them, "What is this circus? Melsungen must be like a church." The Yakuza chose to be seen and died. The triad chose to be everywhere and grew. The 'Ndrangheta chose something different. While the world watched, the 'Ndrangheta took the cocaine of Europe. The 'Ndrangheta chose to be a church. This September, in a clearing in the Calabrian hills, the Padrini will gather again. They will give their accounts. They will elect their convener. They will eat together. And no one outside the building will know it happened. The 'Ndrangheta is not history. It is happening right now.